Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. It has been a long time since I have done a donut soap, so I thought it's about time that I got some into the shop. Plus, with Mother's Day coming up, I think they're going to make perfect gifts. It's also been even longer since I've made a black raspberry vanilla soap, and you guys didn't even get to see me make them because it was so long ago, and there is just a story to go along with that, but I'll get into that later. So I've mixed in my lye water into my oils, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a whirl. Okay, I reminded myself that I had to switch bowls because it's going to work better with the one that has a spout on it for this. I have put the fragrance in there. It is a black raspberry vanilla. I got this from Virginia Candle Supply, and I didn't look at the vanillin content in there. It is 9.4%. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to put it into a donut because if I get a brown soap, I don't care. What I don't want is an uneven brown soap, so I have a little bit of this elemental earth mica from Soapbox, and I'm just going to put the tiniest little bit in there just so that it evens it all out. And yeah, that looks good enough. There are plenty of black raspberry vanilla scents that don't discolor. Brambleberry has one, Nurture Soap has one, and I hear they work really well in soaps. They behave well, they don't discolor. I highly recommend those. If I ever have a fragrance that has something like 9.4%, I don't want to combat that. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So I'm going to put it in donut soap because I can't get mad at a brown donut. So I'm going to go ahead and mix all of that in, and then I'll get my molds over here and we'll start pouring. Okay, so that's all mixed in, and I've got my molds here. I will leave the link to these down below, and they are sitting on top of a cutting board. You can use a pan, you can use a piece of cardboard, just something so that it makes them easy to transport or move, or if you need to like shimmy things down and give them a little whack, you can do that as well. Makes it so much easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and start pouring into each one of these. These are going to be the sandwich design with the little filling on the inside on this go. I know there's like 3 different ways I've done these, and that one seems to be my favorite. I have enjoyed all of the different creations that people have been tagging me in. I am so glad that I'm inspiring you guys to use these molds and just do, you know, creative things. There's just so many ways that you can decorate a donut soap. I mean, if you look on Pinterest and just type in donuts, all the color combinations, sprinkles, flavors, I mean, it is just so much fun. So keep tagging me in those pictures, showing me what you guys are doing. I've seen them made for party favors and for baby showers, and it's just so cool. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and keep pouring in these. I'm going to let these sit overnight, about 24 hours, but they don't need to sit that long. They set up pretty easily, pretty fast. So they won't necessarily need to be, you know, settled down that long, but I'm going to let them so that when I come back tomorrow, I can get the icing together. And I'm going to use my fluffy icing recipe for this, and then I will make little sandwich donuts, and then we'll decorate them. And so I can go ahead and just pop these out of the molds. They've been sitting here for about 24 hours. You gotta be careful with the middle of these because sometimes they get stuck, and you just give them a little twist. And that is what it looks like. They're not as dark as I thought they would get. I don't know if maybe that vanilla percentage isn't going to be as awful as I imagined. If they stayed this color, I would be happy. They look more realistic. But if they turn brown, I call that a fried donut as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and pop all the rest of these out of these molds. I'm going to go get my icing, my whipped icing together, and we can assemble these. And I'll show you the embeds that I'm using. They might look familiar. Oops, forgot one. They might look familiar from a previous soap or two that I've done. I have some berries in there and some little black heart embeds and some different leaves. And I'm going to decorate the top of these donuts with those embeds. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. Time to make our sandwich donuts. And I've whipped up some of my soapy frosting here and put it in a 1M tip. And I'm just going to go around and make some pretty piping. Just like that. And then I'll let this set up before I put the tops on so that it doesn't smush everything. And so far so good. I gotta tell you guys, I was a little hesitant about using a black raspberry fragrance for particular reasons. I had that little 1 ounce sample laying around because it's one of my fears. The first time I ever used a black raspberry fragrance was one of the first times that I had ever made soap. I think the first time I made soap was back in like 2013, and that one wasn't horrible. It wasn't anything I would make nowadays. It's come a long way. I've made probably 2 other batches over the years since then. And then when I was finally like, all right, this is what I want to do, I really want to learn how to make beautiful soap, I had a horrible experience, and it almost turned me off of making soap altogether. Obviously it didn't, because here I am today, but there's a not so funny story to go along with it. But let me go ahead and put on 1 more layer to these. I'm gonna let them sit, and then I'll come back to decorate the tops. And we'll ice them and put the embeds on there as well. There you have it. Alright, let's see how these tops sit on here. Looks good. Not smushing anything down, still keeping that design on the inside. I have some more icing in another icing bag with a different tip, and I don't know what tip it is because I have like this toolbox of icing tips from being a baker. So, and they're like from China, so they don't have the Wilton mark on them or any idea of what they could be. So I apologize. I can't leave that down below for you, but I thought it looked fun. Alright, so back to my black raspberry vanilla soap story. I had a horrible experience. Let's just say that. And I did a lot of stupid things that nowadays I would never do again. And I hope that if you want to soap, when you want to learn how to soap, please use safety. Don't do any of these things that I did the first time. But I didn't know about how soap and lye reacted together very well. I think I was following a book and I read up a few things, and they were all saying that your lye and your lye water and your oil solution all had to be at the same temperature. So I would melt my oils and I would pour up my lye solution, and I would have to try and get them to be between like 90 and 100 degrees, and it wasn't fun and I was impatient. Now I soap at room temperature. I just pour up everything the night before. I wake up and I soap. There's no guesswork in, does the lye cool off before the oils? Are they in the same range? Is this too hot? Doesn't happen anymore. That's a big no for me. I don't soap at high temperatures. The other thing was that I had a really awful stick blender and it didn't detach, and so I went to go clean it and it was still plugged in and I got a little shock, so I did electrocute myself a little bit. That's scary. So stupid. I'm telling you, it was stupid things. I got some of the soap batter on my arm, and it is very irritating, so I don't suggest doing that. It can burn depending on how high the temperature is. In my case, it didn't burn, but it was very irritating, and it makes your skin very red and itchy. Whoops. And then the other thing, when I was cleaning the dishes and you think, all right, you're all done, and you're not wearing goggles, and you have the water splash up in your face, and you get it in your eye. Not fun either. Again, I have learned from my mistakes, and I don't do these things anymore. And read up, do your safety, wear your goggles, wear your protection. Don't do any of these stupid things. But I'm still here and I'm still soaping because I was just determined to make it work. And I have. And I've learned. And if I can find a picture of that awful black raspberry vanilla soap, I will put a picture up and you guys can see that it did not turn out how I wanted it to. I think I'm going to stick, let's say, maybe we'll do it like that. Get there like that. There we go. I think I like that. So everything had just seized up on me. I think I was soaping too hot and it was too thick to work with. I don't even think my colors were fully incorporated in there, so I'm scarred. I am scarred by this fragrance. It has left a big bad memory on my brain, and I thought since I did that blackberry rose soap and the colors were very reminiscent of a blackberry vanilla soap, I should just get over that fear and start with a little 1 ounce sample and be very, very safe in everything I do, obviously. And I played it safe with these cute little donuts. Aren't they adorable? So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on these little hearts, like so. I'll put on a little bit of glitter. I think I want them to sit up a little higher, so let's put a little dollop on like that. See if I can fix this one. There we go. I think they're adorable. I need to make more donut soaps in the future. These are just too cute. And again, I said the possibilities are endless. So if you guys make some donut soaps, I'd love to see your creations. So feel free to tag me in them. And for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get some glitter. Put a little bit of sparkle on these. I'm gonna let them sit for 24 hours. And then they'll cure, and I'll put them in pretty boxes, and they're going to be great Mother's Day gifts. So, ta-da! Bring in for a close-up, I think. Okay, so these have been sitting for a month now, and this is as dark as they have gotten. So I guess you can't always trust the fact that it says 9% vanillin on the bottle, because I really thought they would have gone a lot darker than that. So, but that is a good color. That is a good looking donut color in my opinion. I wanted to share with you a few ways that I package these. I have a impulse sealer, some shrink wrap bags, and a heat gun, and that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is I have these cute little bakery donut boxes, and I think these make really cute gifts and also look very realistic. I put these little soapy shreds in here like so, and then I will sit the donut in there just like that. I'll close it up. And then I will get a sticker. Maybe I'll do a different one. Let's see. This guy looks a little better. Some of these are going to be shrink wrapped and some are not, but that one was a little too tall for this box. And then my labels, I create these on Avery. They have like myavery.com, something like that. You can buy the labels off Amazon and then just design them and print them yourself if that is something that you're into. But I will use this label to close this box. call it a day. And you can always like decorate the top of the box if you wanted to put like a little sticker or a little flower. You can dress this up any way you want, put stamps on it, you name it. But that's how I like to package those. And then I will show you how I package them using the shrink wrap process. Alright, so this is a little bit of a noisy process, but just stick the donut into this shrink wrap bag here. They come in all different sizes. And we're going to use the impulse sealer to seal it. And just kind of press down and gently pull until that comes off. I'm only going to do one just because this is so loud and noisy. And then we're going to take our loud and noisy heat gun tool and just gently roll it around until this whole thing is shrink wrapped down. Okay, shrink wrap donut done. And then grab my sticker and I'm just going to put that on the bottom like so. So there's two different ways to package these guys. So I will leave the link for everything that I've used here. These make really great Mother's Day gifts. I'm going to have the 6 of them that I made, so limited edition for sure, but they are ready to go. So if you're watching this video, there are 6 of these in the shop, so if you want to grab one today, you will more than likely get it in time to give to a mom. I'm also going to leave an unboxing video at the end of this from Royal Appleberry and share a soap that I got from her, and it's very similar to this type of soap, so you'll see. Stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. New to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. If you're interested in purchasing these, check out the Etsy shop, and if you're interested in a Royal Appleberry unboxing, stay tuned. Okay, you guys know I don't have any shortage of soap in this house. Between my own soaps and having to try other people's soaps, I really don't need any more. But I haven't tried Kenny over at Royal Appleberry soap, and when I saw her make this specific soap on her channel, I had to have it. It was just way too cute. So I had to buy one. Let me just show you what I got. She does a beautiful job at wrapping, you guys. Look at this cuteness. Alright, so she made this black raspberry vanilla soap. And you also know how I feel about black raspberry vanilla. But it had the cutest little embeds on it, and I had to have it. So look at that. She made these adorable little cupcakes all from scratch. Like, she made the bases and she piped on the top. Her use of the colors and the sprinkles, like, I think this is just the most adorable little soap ever. And I usually don't say these things about soap, but I'm like, it's too cute to use. Definitely going to use it. But how adorable is that? So you guys can go watch her make this soap on her channel. You can also buy her soaps. But I love that top. It is adorable. So thank you, Kenny. And then we have a little sample here of Reflection. Let's give that a sniff. That's really nice. But I want to smell this guy. Let's see if I can open this. Ugh. That smells really good. That does not smell like the black raspberry vanilla fragrance that I used. It's more raspberry. It's more perfumey and raspberry than like the vanilla, which is probably why mine had such a high vanillin content in it. But as you can see, she got a white soap, so it does exist. Just my luck with the whole scent thing, you know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have a very nice day, and smell you later.